Thank you very much for that wonderful intro there, Parla. Once again, Blade and Devil Walk, gents, the two coaches going head to head. Blade, I'm going to start with you first. Our analysts were briefly mentioning the fact that you guys had recently dropped out of the HLTV top 30. Would you say this has kind of affected the team morale in any sense at all, or has it motivated you guys even more?
In the moment that we started to play with the new roster, we understood that we need time to work on a lot of things, especially on the new system that we have in the in-game, and a lot of things that it's about process. We just need time. We understand that that's normal. We are going to drop in the ranking, it's normal. But what is motivating us is that the most important thing is that they are enjoying the process. So here we are.
And how about going up against the likes of a BNE? I know you guys were having a little bit of a back and forth before we actually went live. You guys feeling confident to go up against the likes of Mr. Devilwalk himself?
We respect them a lot. I think they have a lot of good chemistry and really good individuals. So I think it's going to be an interesting match.
Okay, and how about you, Mr. Devilwalk? Firstly, it's lovely to have you on this side of things once again. It's been a little while since we've seen you in the coach's seat. My first question for you is, how has it been? Obviously, the team communicating in Albanian mostly, and yourself, speak much Albanian?
Not really. First time I try it, but it's going well. I think, you know, they have the call-outs in English already since before, so I think it would be a lot more difficult for me to coach if they didn't say the spots in English. But I've been learning small words like when they leave peaks, when they want to fight, when they want to trade, and stuff like this in Albanian, so that I can keep track of what's going on. Obviously, it's not perfect yet, but we're getting there, and I think we're improving every week with our chemistry between me and the guys who already have great chemistry.
And were there any glaringly obvious things that kind of needed to be addressed as soon as you joined, or was it very much pretty... Okay, that tells me everything. Go on, tell us.
I think we're really good 2/3 of the game. It's that third, like, kind of closing stages we've been working on a lot, making sure that we kind of become a little bit more methodical and use maybe a little bit more probability and math to trade down and make sure we secure the rounds and handle our economy a little bit better. But it's always difficult when people get ideas and want to call, and you're a coach is standing no or yes, or you know. But yeah, handling our economy a little bit better is something we work on.
And I know we heard quite a bit of confidence coming out from you as well, stating that you guys were going to win this tournament. Still feeling pretty confident now that your coach is going head to head?
Yeah, I mean, Movistar is not going to be an easy game. We're not going to underestimate any opponents. You know, they've always been good, and always respected Blade as a coach, and he's been in the game for a long time, and you can see what he does behind the boys and the confidence that shines through. So I think it's going to be a tough game no matter what. I think they did a great job with the veto. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I think they won the veto, but we go next and we learn.
All right, well, amazing stuff. Thank you so much for joining me. Gents, go ahead and have your handshake while I throw it over back to Parla.
Lead away. They can at least pick up another round as Van Flatro picks up the opening kill. Chased on down viciously by Debbie G, though. We have ourselves even stature and also a fairly open B bomb site, at least for the plant for Moby. Though they do need to worry about this Synopsy boost. Salsol pushing down onto Scenario, applying the pressure and applying another frag to Vitali. Bomb has gone down. GXX will trade, but Martinez, I'm pretty sure that was a burst fire frag, catches up with a second with Alex, and that leaves us in a 2v1. And Alex, what a gorgeous shot. The roars already coming out in the Bad News Eagles camp. That put them up into that standing in the first place. Outsiders were about 13th, 14th in the world at the time they won Valencia, and then they went on to win even bigger things. Salsol wins a nice engagement in towards Connector, actually taking down the rifle player of B and E. And I'll ask you that question again in the second round, and as Davy G gets one flat stroke questioning his own positioning.
They lose this best of 3. It doesn't matter too much because they've got another life, right? So for me, it's just gaining even more experience, especially in a LAN environment. It's so important. Moppos doing incredibly work, literally mopping up the rest of BNE. Synopsy, last player standard will fall. That's a gun that can also be upgraded for Movistar riders.
Looks to get his jig on with a frag in towards connector early doors. Southall doesn't quite waltz into the crosshairs. Moppos, has he looked up and seen the barrel? No, he hasn't. Not quite enough of Southall showing for Rigon to take the immediate spray, but it does eventually come to fruition as Moppos. They don't anticipate him there. Synopsy, how's he in connector? He snuck on past them all. That's a free AK. A man advantage for the Bad News Eagles here.
There was another one as well. GXX was also waiting.
Very fast. Will he account for Rigon's position, though? He's tucked in just narrowly enough on the angle that he won't be spotted. Alex doesn't get the opportunity to spot him out. Instead, his head is cleanly taken off. Martinez misses the opportunity to close onto Rigon. Does good damage, but might not quite be enough. Davy, the timing eludes him. Bank is threatening as Rigon catches Martinez. It's a 1v4 for a low HP Davy, and this would be a mad round for BNE to win. Davy won't go down without a good fight, but unfortunately for him, the time's run out, and he could still go down after the clock, but Synopsy spray will not quite connect. Big round for BNE, though, on very, very little.
Yeah, as much map control as they desire. It all starts off with this boost, and then, despite Moppos finding the SMG kill, Synopsy GXX push connector. Rigon goes on a little bit of an adventure on his own in towards the toilets, and from there, the round just completely spirals out of control. It's a nice adjustment for Davy towards the tail end of things, and thank God.
For a moment longer, Davy, though, might be waltzing straight into his open arms. No, instead, evades the gaze, and GXX will strike instead. Moppos lucky to be alive on that one. The Synopsy ensures that Davy falls. Moppos to trade, but still the man disadvantage. And Brandon, again, I don't think they've left themselves enough time. Southall, where the hell does that shot come from? Blinded through a wall. Now down to the 3v3, but again, the time is ticking and the flanks coming in on the back of Rigon. Bomb still on the back of someone in his sightlines as Southall only cuts down a single before Saneri sprays down a double. And by God, look at how animated the BNE side are. Which is ahead of that smoke grenade. Sits patiently by the fountain. It's a risky position to play from, but Javi G and Alex, they'd never expect it. Massive play from Synopsy. Already on a 2 KD in the early stages of this map, and GXX has come in to provide further support. Synopsy might even get away with it, but Moppos does deny. Still the man advantage. Oh, but not for long. Extended to 2 yet again, as Southall gets whacked to pieces.
This is ridiculous. They're hunting in packs, and now off the back of that contact, GXX says, I can't see anything, guys. So Saneri pushes a monster smoke. He's now in the back line of Monster. Martinez feels really isolated.
Moppos, with this kill, might not need to save, though. Back into the 2v2 with 30 seconds. Rigon will be first to receive this threat. Smoke goes down towards heaven. Do they anticipate an AWP already on the site? What are you doing, Moppos? Not even looking where he's going. Doesn't anticipate anyone to be there. Martinez, oh, he's just had his elbow seen. Rigon now dances around the pillar with him, plays the time, does miss the shot, but this is all allowing the rotation come in. Not that it needs to, as Rigon proving that he is a quick-scope menace, not only on Ancient yesterday, marathon according to HLTV. As Eternal Fire have to play up to 4 series today in tandem with the major RMR closed qualifiers. Alex, though, doesn't give a damn about the major at the moment. He's focusing on the present, and Martinez delivers a present to Synopsy in the form of a 50 cal round. Moppos, another onto Juan Flatro, and this round has just completely collapsed on its head, Brandon.
GXX and Saneri can really do is just try and save, bring this forward, but they might not even be allowed to because Moppos, he's right by Monster. Oh, but it's okay. Saneri does deal with him.
At 5-5. Now, Bad News Eagles are no longer going to be afforded the opportunity of something ridiculous like 13 rounds on the CT side. They might not even be afforded the opportunity to save a weapon here. Southall chimes on him, chucks a flashbang. Saneri, cowering below the staircase, will get his head ripped cleanly off.
The amount off his total.
Yeah, makes him play a little more passively as well, and the spam is perfect. Moppos, oh, he eats a lot of util damage himself there, and that allows Saneri to soften the blow. In fact, Ceneri finds 2, which is massive. Alex needs this kill, but Salso finds it. A nice split towards the bomb site there, but even better from Synopsy, thinning the numbers further up this offensive side, and GXX on the York spurns things further into the favour of the CT side, and by God, Devilwalk, he's happy with that one. And Brandon, I really hope Valve reverses the rule that you can't have coaches having any expression at the majors, because I want to see Devilwalk like that on a major stage.
Yeah, for sure. And look, this is a really well put together round by BNE. The fact that everyone is moving in unison. As soon as contact is taken by one player, you get another defender peeking upon it, whether it's the rifle, whether it's the AWP. Sassel does really well to kind of unpick the defense initially from short, but it's Synopsian towards the connector that really deals with him and makes it a shoo-in for the BNE side.
Will they get a shoe through Monster Tunnel without Rigon shutting them down, though? Molotov falls a little bit too short. It is wasted, but Ceneri doesn't waste an opportunity for another opener. Rigon finds 2, so again the advantage is attained. Salso very clean with his trades on the B bomb site. Unfortunately, can't win them the round alone. That's one Flatro cuts down another. Still Salso finding these kills. He's found 3. He's going to need to ace clutch it. Effectively a 1v5 as his teammates don't really do anything but bait for him. Unfortunately, GXX with just a USP is enough to end his tirade. And now a bit of a string of rounds together for a very momentum-based team. Yes, I hope that's a performance he can keep up consistently. I believe he was one of the top players of yesterday. See the MVP for that matchup? Regardless, Mopos and Davy G, the most valuable players at the start of this round, mowing down Rigon and Juan Flatro as they decide to leave B rest for a moment and take a lot of presence towards middle very successfully.
Snob's now peeking in, lingering in towards the toilets. Like a potential bad smell for Movistar, but it is being watched by Alex. And Snopsy's not ready for that one at all. Again, BNE, they lose the man and then they start making mistakes. It's one domino toppling and then the rest of BNE looks like will potentially fall. Ceneri's been very good at getting multi-kills, especially from this position, but not today. Davy G with the kill, and GXX now, he's going to retreat, he's going to save.
Ground player, I believe that'll be Martinez, but Alex, he does not miss. Seizes the day, seizes the AWP. And that is some choice words there from Tavi G. In middle, somehow tags Ceneri there without taking any damage of his own, but Rigon, oh no! Manages to catch up in time. Davy G falls flat, and AK is retrieved, but Martinez spins the corner. Tech9's poor old Rigon in the face, and Mopos entries towards B. This one, Flatro has a nightmare on his hands, and he will not wake up from it.
Is that? No. Synopsis dropped
no.
the bomb. This round is in utter disarray. And now GXX with the scout needs to try and reposition to help out his teammate, but he's been spotted by Alex, but it's in a position where you still need to take a wide swing to fight it, and Synopsy denies. Big kill, 10 seconds. They've just won the round. They've just won the round. What in the name of all things holy is going on there? As Bad News Eagles, well, they win out the CT half 8-7. It's not the cleanest from them, but regardless. But right here, right now, smoke, flash, hellcase as we get into this pistol round. GXX, one Flatro, both with kills on the entry. It's a stormer on towards the B-bomb site.
There?
Put me back in the game, please. Rigon swinging through connector, deals with Sasso, and Ceneri actually just follows suit. Mopos hits the deck. Martinez last alive, but can't find a thing. That is a great pistol round from Bad News Eagles. Just Martinez with the scout.
Yeah, I mean, he's been doing well already to find a single kill, but Synopsy will instantaneously deny him anything further. Rigon with the lurk on B, it's perfect, and Salso takes a long time to deal with him with that smoke blooming as well, actually thrown from the A-side offensive. Well, it spurns Movi into thinking there might be more presence than there really is on B.
Double digits.
Yeah, that's pretty solid, to be honest. That is already the same amount of T-side rounds that they're able to put up against Forza.
Rifles does make sense. Now they can... Oh. That's brave. I kind of rate it, but doesn't quite work out as intended. Mopos on the Deagle. Could catch out Rigon, and he does. Great headshot. But has he got any more in his locker? Thinking about pushing the issue. Scenario, all too wise to Mopos's tricks.
Bad news Eagles. A kill onto Rigon is nice. But Davigi cannot further things. Alex now left on the Galil. Does have Kevlar to his name. But not much else. Scenari is spotted out. The frag won't be converted. There's a Molotov on him as well to trap him into the bathrooms as one flat throw. Thought he had his name and number.
Uh-oh.
As Alex has just found two. Bomb has been only recently put down. There is still time here. Alex could potentially go for an attempt. If only he knew GXX was on the MAC-10, then perhaps he'd be more confident in this attempt. And now that he kills him, it's a 1 versus 1, but I don't think he's got the time to get to the bomb site. Might even take Synopsy down with him. Very cautious about a rear flank here, but he should be more worried about Long. And Alex, by God! What an incredible effort! 4 kills, and if only he was a little closer to the bomb site, he would have won!
Yeah, but he wasn't, and he isn't, and that's why BNE went for the hunt. I mean, incredible stuff from Alex. He kills everyone, but quite simply does not have enough time for that defuse.
Held towards the bomb site, and it appears there's a bit of a rotation coming through as Alex ebbs his way off the B site. I tell a lie, it will be a boost towards the short side for now. But it appears A will actually be the point of contention when Flatstroke spots out one, but Alex does quickly trade. It's a 3v3, there's an opportunity here, but the lack of utility makes me worried for this retake attempt. Movistar, they might be mowed down before they can even get to the bomb site. One Flatro's in bank, and he's banking on a kill here. But Alex has slipped the net, and Sceneri has been spotted towards Long. If Alex can find this kill, there is still hope in the round. One Flatro, though, still dancing about. Sceneri deals with the initial threat. Then Mopos and Salsa, what can they really do? The Salsa's flank is just seemingly a little too late.
Well, Mopos does have a kit. Could definitely give that one a look in. They line up. Sasso and Mopos do combine, and now he can get on the bomb potentially, but Mopos, he's got to run all the way around. It is for default, it is for GXX, and there's simply no time, and you can't get past the AWP. BNE up to 12.
Bad news, Eagles appear to have threaded a bit of a T-side strat together. They had a day to do it. Clearly they've been working hard. Movistar, I suppose they've gotten what they've came for in this tournament already, and that was a single series win. They've extended that. They've got themselves into the playoffs, and they've got multiple opportunities for opening kill for BNE, as Movistar are just unable to deal with them, any of their positionings. A nice spam onto Sceneri. It takes him down low, but again, it's not the full kill. It's not the real deal. More damage dealt. The man's on 2 HP. It's a valiant effort from Mopos, but it's Salsol again to pick up a double. Massive stuff from the right side. Headshot angle. There's into the 3v3 we go.
Yeah, look at B.
Oh dear.
They're already through the back lines. One Flatro has got complete control.
Perfect man to entry, but they need to line up the utility for him properly. They have at least ascertained GXX's position, but by God, full blind goes back for a blinder. Now the defuse kits, both players have one, but Martinez no longer has a life to use it with. Davy G cut down by GXX. What a round from the Orpov. That is immaculately played.
The confidence on this man to go for not one, but 2 re-swings.
Here is Martinez, has not had a kill in a very long time. Regon would be nice to add to the tally, but no, it is denied. Mopos trade, but one flat throw, another. Bad news, Eagles are running rampant all across the map, and the Spaniards have not put up a single CT round.
They're panicking. Look at the rotations again in towards A, off the back of 1 kill out in towards long toilets. Now Mopos looks to reset, but 35 seconds. BNE starts to make their move towards B from the heavens. Mopos will strike, and in fact, there's a player in the water. I've completely overlooked Mopos. He's actually down in the shallows, but Juan Flatro will trade. 2v2, making a 1v2 GXX. Smoke to obscure vision. Digits punched in, but Davy G's been here the entire time as he looks to transition up. He locks in the round. Movistar Riders, it's their first on the CT side. Util, and they have to defend against a fully fledged B attack. With Synopsy splitting in from short on Flatro with the opener. Everyone is starting to fall. At least there's trades. For the side of Movistar, Sassol trying to do his best work on the FAMAS, but that's the bomb site compromise. 2 versus 2 to keep Movistar in overpass.
Yeah, they have only a single smoke to retake with, no kit on either player. The odds heavily favouring BNE here, and especially in this round. Alex pushes the smoke and can't even find the first. GXX, a miracle worker on this lower side, especially on the T side. Martinez.
He's holding. He's waiting. Maybe he's even going to be rewarded. He wants the kill and he will find it. That's a really unorthodox way to close out the map pick of Movistar. But Bad News Eagles do it in style. Don't even need to force Martinez out and flush him into that retake. They do it with aplomb, and that's a really good T-side. On Ancient, it's their map pick. As we kick things off underway immediately, Martinez, who was looking a little bit absent from Overpass, immediately enters the kill feed, gets lost just for a second, but the adjustment onto GXX is fantastic. Ground given up for BNE though, as Movistar Riders leave holes in the defense that Juan Flatro looked to exploit. Peeking on down, Davi G removed, and as to potentially could be Mopos, but Martinez is in the back lines in towards Donut alongside Alex, but with BNE taking the space so proactively.
Alex with a kit in the backlines to come on through. And Flatcho only 11 HP left, but they still have to deal with Seneri, and time is ticking away. Look at this, the flank is being outflanked by another flanker in Seneri. The cave position is in jeopardy. Alex does at least deal with Flatro. The defuse can be started, but Seneri is still an unknown entity. Are they even going to be looking for this position? Martinez certainly won't be, and Seneri plays it to perfection. There's no time for the defuse. Martinez might have found 4, but it's not enough for the Movistar Riders. And Bad News Eagles pick up exactly where they left off.
What a flank coming in at the perfect opportunity for Bad News Eagles. Just not only get the trade, but escape with the bomb, because that could have been caught in no man's land. Fortunately, that isn't the case. Now he resets with his team. GXX looks to find Martinez, who is occupying Donut. This time the pistol doesn't have quite the same potency up against the SMGs and the rifles. Davi G's unknown. Oh, and he's playing this one potentially to perfection, but he does get spotted out by Synopsy. 3 versus 2 in favor of Movi.
And that's a big kill from GXX, immediately thinning the numbers of the opposition. He's evened the ground and even upgraded to an AK. Davi G, roughly aware of Seneri's position. He knows that's where it's planted for, but Alex, look at the awareness from him, holding down that CT angle for the entire round, as now the bomb needs to be touched. It needs to be stuck as time is really whittling away. Seneri dancing around, just waiting to seize an opportunity onto the diffuser, but Alex holds it down, and that's the reason he's one of the highest rated IGLs and players on this Movistar squad. Add a little bit of spice to this Deagle buy. Movistar on the flip side though, working with an AWP on Martinez, but now without Davi G and Alex. A very nice explosion onto B, but that's not even where they're looking to finish up. They've taken Donut, they've got Salso isolated again on an island. And if he peeks in towards Donut at the wrong time, when Flatro could well have his scalp. Although Salso does spot this, does throw in a Molotov, but Synopsy's already in front of it. This could go very sour very quickly, as look at the positioning of GXX as well.
Oh, Martinez just on the cusp of the smoke though. It's an opportunity. It's a way back in. And now for BNE, with that bomb dropped, it really just kind of makes their mind up for them. And now they're being flanked upon in towards A main. Rigon's got no idea. Although he has spun round, found Sasso on the swivel, but there's one more. Mopos with the MP9. Is he going to be checked and considered? Well, kind of, but he does win out the gunfight anyway. Juan Flatro, GXX, and the entire time GXX, oh, he's been so quiet. There's the AWP removed, and now Mopos, his position was known from the get-go. What an afterplant from Bad News Eagles.
Yeah, Bad News Eagles look to close one more door as they don't want to hurt anymore, Brandon. Lovely stuff from them coming through. And they stem the bleeding, equalising the scoreline. Massively well played with such a weak investment coming in. It's completely void of CT presence. Just an MP9 and a defuse kit. I mean, it's nice to have those things behind him. But he'd rather not have all 5 Ts in front of him. Rigon ensures that will no longer be a problem. Not quite in the way I'm sure that would have been liked for the CT side. Alex though chimes on in with a FAMAS frag. There is a retrievable AK on the floor, and Davi G will be the one to pick that up. Not looking to let this one slip between their fingers is Synopsy though. Big 2K spray down. Alex and Davi are both removed, and with that it will be a third on the board to BNE.
Feel great. Really just kind of intrigued just watching this T side and this first half in general just develop because
Proactive in taking mid-presence, because that was a real crux for them in the early game.
yeah, it's a really nice mid-round decision. However, Regon does his best work on the entries, gets a little bit overzealous. Full blind, Sasso will find the trade. So mid not under lock and key just yet for BNE. Full control of Donut. Sasso has got to be so careful. Martinez is here, needs to turn around and really adjust for Donut because BNE are about to come piling on in.
Oh, they're not accounting for him though, and that allows Martinez to strike. He's back away behind the smoke, but Alex does more than fade away. He fires on in and goes 1 for 1, despite again a lifeline for Movi. But look at this, Martinez completely sandwiched between two. GXX on an AWP of his own, catches the youngster looking the wrong way, and Mopos now.
On in, this crossfire is quite dangerous, but one flat throw, oh, it looked a little bit dicey, but he does win out the engagement. Bad News Eagles recover that situation. It's the even trades in towards mid, but a burst of pace out towards Donut nets a good round.
He's been opportunized the entire game, and oh, that was so painful. There's a reason he's 2 and 7, it seems, as Salsa's left to pick up the pieces, but Synopsy's right there to trade on back. Davy G does at least make up for the discrepancy. It's a man advantage, but it's still not the round. That could have been glorious. And the prominent piece of the puzzle in GXX could also have gone down if that trigger discipline had ended nicely. Seneri not looking to be nice, though, cuts off Mopos, Alex to trade. Again, the man advantage for the CT side. I think this might just be enough if Martinez lands this kill, but he won't. And now the bomb can rotate back over to the 3A bomb site. This has been such a mess for Movistar.
Yeah, but Alex is there with the AWP. And for any of these players, he could worm his way into a pretty decent position, knows that he can't really go too long range because there are AWPs on the other end. So instead he's going to tuck on in really close towards CT.
Seneri's looking to add one round to the highlight reel here. 3 players, 3 potentially isolated duels, and he will find the first onto Davy G. Continues to spray. Alex will fall, but Martinez stems the bleeding yet again. And just about envelops the 4th round on the board for Movistar Riders. But
Firepower onto one angle, which will be A main at the conclusion of round number 11. However, Juan Flatro fully blind through a smoke. Sure, Sasso, see you later.
Yeah, Davy G swift to trade. Davy G finds another. All he needed was an AK, it seems, as Rigon receives a painful blow. Flashbang rains on down from Juan Flatro. Given BNE a free bomb site, though. But not the actual bomb itself. Synopsis Shadow spotted. Can the USP Silver deal? Yes, it can. Juan Flatro, a nightmare 1v4.
Yeah, this gets a little bit difficult. One flat throw, can't even find one. Davy G, what a hat-trick of kills all across the map. Really couldn't see a damn thing. Actually catches the glimpse, I guess, of Sasso. Dives back in towards red. The double kill was perfect, the flanking aggression. We're starting to see these extremity pushes come out from Movistar Riders. It's giving them a lot of ground and, more importantly, just a lot of information. Movistar, 3rd player, and I like this. They're going to push. They're going to get really aggressive here.
Yeah, the main problem for Bad News Eagles is that the bomb is left in spawn. It does allow them to rotate towards either site, but Mopos doesn't allow Seneri the opportunity to do so. And now GXX is forced to back on off. A bomb site is the weaker defended of the two. Synopsy looks to try and discover this as Rigon discovers a huge hole in the defense. Davy G felled where he stands, and now only Salsalt sandwiched again between two.
Oh, look, that had a pretty good idea of where he was as well. Donut Regon sets his sight more over on CT. Flashbangs through to allow GXX over. It's a foot race, but that's the bomb dropped. And that's potentially the round over for Bad News Eagles.
It's not looking like this party will have sparklers for the likes of BNE. Instead, it sparks a fire in the bellies of Movistar as they start yelling in return.
Seneri looking to potentially swing on towards Jaguar. Pause. Let's get the first kill, but not quite the second. Fully blinded, GXX does get the trade, but immediately look in the feed. You're into a 4 versus 2. Bad News Eagles, a very difficult moment for them.
Well, Brandon, and this is beginning to look like a bridge too far. Bomb is still available, as is util for the likes of Movi, but increasingly less so now, as is Manpower. But this time they look to strike in tandem. GXX, oh, he's relying on a lax trade spacing. Salsol finally puts GXX to bed, but why the hell does it take that long? A valiant effort there from the AWPer.
My goodness me. When he gets that first kill on towards Cave, you expect him to dart back around. Eagles, they're going to look to really have a head-on collision in towards mid. Fully blind Mopos has a little bit of a go. And now another flashbang comes in. Daffy G is being supported by Martinez. But look, all of these kills come in for Scenari. Bad news, Eagles. It's 5 in mid. It's a 5-star performance, and they get the pistol.
My goodness me, what a clash in middle there. The fight for middle early. The BNEs. Oh, their util is so much better. Davy to entry though, Rigon to trade. Alex and Martinez. Well, they're dangerously low between them, and Rigon does the same to Mopos. Look at the mid aggression and control in both the pistol and the first gun round for the likes of BNE. For two higher HP players, as Martinez looks to be a distraction. Oh, the back end of Alex is spotted though. And GXX immediately rotates on off, pushes out towards the A bomb site, and Salsol is removed too. Martinez can't get anything done as one flat drop. GXX looks across Davy G, slowly pushing up into middle. Look at his read on the angle. So much awareness for this AWPer, knows that they've left mid open. But they make it look like it was all intended, and in honesty, it probably was. One Flatro spammed through the smoke. Won't quite catch anybody just yet. Instead, it's the flames licking at Movi. And Martinez just goes down to Synopsy. Look at the encapsulation. Synopsy 2K from the backline. It's gorgeous. One Flatro, another. And Mopos again left in a 1v4. Nothing he can do here. But pray they don't find him.
That was a really nice mid round from Bad News Eagles. You got the adjustment of how do you deal with middle. And
his multi-kills have been so hugely impactful. Again, especially that rear flank in middle as Martinez has fallen off again. He's been knocked down early. As Rigon catches another and continues this deftly man advantage.
Yeah, Sassol's got 17 kills, but I don't remember the last time they were really impactful into a round for him. Walking through a smoke now is Mopos. Synopsy just throws another one in his face. As Scenari just waltzes, in fact, just down the B ramp. Really just lackadaisical approach. No care in the world. This is Bad News Eagles' defense.
It is Salsol. Here's another 1v4, and nothing comes of it. Synopsy, omnipresent in towards mid and B lane, catches another victim. Wall of blue, and Daffy G gets his feet tickled by a pool of orange. Down to 39 already. Mopos does at least find the first entry in a very long time for the Movistar roster. Hopefully it's a sign of things to come, but I feel like it's already too little too late. Your predictions today have been pretty on point, Brandon, but Daffy G does at least find an on-point frag with the Galil to follow up with his teammates' footsteps.
And further into GXX, this gunfight quite crucial. Oh, but David G jumps over the AWP bullet. Now creeping his way round in towards Donut. GXX gets deleted by Mopos instead. And Scenario would need one hell of a clutch, really. An ace required. 1 versus 3. It's not happening.
They choose to upgrade to an AK and does get away comfortably in the nick of time. Sassel and Davi G almost both going down in tandem through A main, but GXX has got his crosshairs trained comfortably on this aggression. He's got support from Rigon. Rigon finds the first, Salsa removed, and it's looking like this could well be it for Movi. By goodness, look at them, frag in tandem. Martinez last alive in a 1 versus 5. We've not seen the same caliber of youngster today as we did at the end of last night. This is not a spirit-beating roster. This is a roster that's lacking spirit. And with that, was that a timer?
Yeah.
They just ran out of time to finish the round.
Yes, indeed. But for Bad News Eagles, it is a dominant best of 3. I really like the fact that we've seen a lot of different variations from them just in that series alone. Mental Fortitude to come back. Movistar Riders, it was a competitive first half.
Thank you so much for that, Paula. Congratulations are in order for yourself and your team, Vrigon. My first question for you is, I know I was chit-chatting with Devil Walk a little bit earlier. How was it that you guys ultimately led to doing the prep to face off against Movistar?
To be honest, we didn't do that much prep. I mean, KJ, of course, our analyst did, like always, a good job. Devil Walk watched the prep, of course. He told us some stuff, but we didn't really specify anything from them, and we went just to the server and won 2-0.
So you guys are actually going to end up facing off against Movistar riders again in 10 days' time for the ESL Challenger League. Are there any sort of key takeaways you can take away from the series that you've just played against them?
We will rewatch the demo for sure. We will watch some things, but it's different online and LAN, so we will see. It's like we don't have anything yet.
And I know Devil Walk said earlier on that he felt like you guys had kind of lost the veto. Did it really matter for you guys in terms of, you know, whether or not you ended up playing on that Mirage that you have better stats on, or over on that Overpass?
We lost the veto? Who said this?
Take it up with Devil Walk. Devil Walk, you didn't hear it from me, okay? And also, so for the side of Eternal Fire, they had a little bit of something to say themselves. They said that they wanted to face off against you guys so that they could finally get their revenge. Are you confident that you can put a stop to that revenge that they're looking for?
I'm not gonna jinx anything, but they're welcome like always, and the better team will win.
The better team will win. Back over to you, Paula.